Welcome to today's episode of Testing the Experience. This video is for those of you that are spending the money and time on getting traffic to your site, but you're not seeing the conversion rates. So I'm here with AJ, the founder and CEO of Experiment Zone. AJ is going to talk us through some specific test examples that you can use on your site. But first, before we jump into that, AJ, will you tell us why we test?
We test because we want to turn visitors into customers. So we see that time and again, big things and small things can have an impact on whether somebody decides to purchase from a company. And so we want to test all of our hypotheses and make sure the changes that we're making really make a difference.
Okay, and today we're looking at-home fitness products, right? So what do we know about the customers of these products and things that we should keep in mind as we go through these tests?
So I think especially with COVID this year, we're seeing a big shift in consumer expectations around fitness and what they're doing. So as a result, we imagine that there's a wide variety in customers who are familiar or have experience with doing workouts at home this year. So the sites really need to be able to communicate to people who are quite experienced at home or self-motivated workouts, and people who just have some new health goals and are trying to keep themselves healthy this year. So in general, customers who are looking for equipment are potentially getting started on their health and wellness journey. They might be motivated by a specific goal like weight loss. They may be replacing other gym classes at home and come to the site with a specific type of class or a specific type of fitness they like to do. And also as people are starting to travel again, people like to be able to work out and keep themselves fit while they're on the go. So customers are coming at it with different goals in different places they're going to be doing the workouts.
Okay, got it. So let's go ahead and jump into a couple of home pages to go over some ideas for how customers can better navigate.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest takeaways that as we were reviewing this site is that these sites aren't all very customer centric. So if we look at the Daily Burn navigation, we can see that they're focused on what the customer's goals are. So doing something at home, maybe they're running, maybe they're into yoga. These are terms that most people will be familiar with and will be fairly centric to that mindset of having specific types of workouts they want to do. Now, when we look at Peloton, we see a shift in the language they're using. So instead of talking about running, they're talking about treads and bikes, or not biking or cycling. So this is switching more to equipment or company-centric language, which makes it just a little bit more friction for customers to get a handle for what's available for them. And then on the other side of things with Fitness Blender, their navigation just generally says workouts and programs, and their sub-navigation just says workouts. So it's not even getting very specific about what kinds of workouts and kind of being able to map to what customers expect. So the idea here would be to make sure and test out and do an A/B test with a navigation design that uses words that customers are looking for and workouts they're familiar with or already doing, like yoga or running, and replacing these business-centric terms or very generic terms in the navigation.
Okay, on the topic of workouts, how should these brands think about how they're presenting the workouts that they have available?
Yeah, let's go through a few examples. With the Peloton app, a lot of these have very similar heroes here. So we've got the hero section at the top, and then as we start scrolling down, you get a sense for what the app experience might be like. I like that they've got these images here to showcase the very specific customer-centric types of classes that they offer, but they really are relying heavily on customers looking both at the words on the left and also parsing the images and the small text on top of the images on the right. So what I'd love for them to test out is including a bulleted list of all the classes that they're going to love right below this paragraph, so they can reinforce the message of all the different types of workouts they offer. And then because they're talking about you're going to love these classes, I'd love to also see some additional quotes and social proof on this page from customers, so people really get a sense for what this app experience is going to all be about.
Okay, let's go through another one.
So back with Daily Burn, as we scroll down this running page, they do a pretty good job here of striking a balance between the details of the app and the text. What I'd love to see is for them to shift from these longer block of text here and to bullet out a set of things that people can more easily and more quickly scan for the test. The other thing I'd love to have them do is to do an A/B test where they shorten this hero image or this hero video so visitors know to scroll down to the content. It's pretty common design choice these days, but we often find in heat maps that customers don't realize they can scroll, and so they miss out on this essential decision information below the fold.
Got it. Okay, one more example.
Mirror has a really different layout. So they do a great job conveying a bunch of information just by some different choices they're making with their hero size and these images that are moving below. So they're reinforcing the idea of all these different types of workouts they offer and that they're videos with just a very simple shift to the way that they've designed this page. I really like that this is a better chance for someone to come across a workout they already know and love. And so as we scroll down the page, they've got this best in class workout section. These are things that we see perform very well in tests where we specifically with very basic language highlight the value props. We want to make sure they're clear and concise. Now, the one thing that I think they need to be A/B testing here is including more calls to actions. So if we just scroll further down the page, they have a few here, but you really do have to work for it. They're not always on view in the context of what you're reading. So right when I'm ready to go, give me the action.
Okay, I think those were some great examples that different sites can actually go out and test. But are there things beyond this that they should think about testing?
Yeah, it's essential to really think about every step in your customer journey for testing. There can be pieces of friction, moments of uncertainty that if you understand them and you optimize them, you'll get more customers. So really you want to focus on developing an experimentation mindset, understand that everything can impact conversion. We help teams make the experimentation a driving force for their stores and their businesses. And we see that when customers do testing with us, they get a 10x or greater ROI just from working alongside us. So we want to see more folks getting out there and testing.
Yeah, that's a great payback on investment. Well, thank you, AJ, for walking us through those. If you are looking to increase your conversion rate, visit experimentzone.com. You can find our free conversion report card there. You just fill out a form and you get 3 conversion boosting ideas. The link will be in the comments for you. And of course, don't forget to just subscribe to our channel so that you can get all of the upcoming Testing the Experience videos.